What is this, Clara? A fisherman? Have you lost your mind?
Lila sneered. Mrs. Reed laughed derisively.
How could you put all your beauty into this poor marriage? Go ahead. We don't even care if you marry him for free. How bad can you choose a husband who will take care of your siblings? You are a disappointment, Clara.
Once in a vibrant coastal town called Rivertown lived a wealthy merchant named Mr. Thompson. His son, Daniel, was known for his intelligence and charm. Despite his father's urging to marry early, Daniel desired a genuine and compassionate wife. Determined to find such a woman, Daniel devised a plan. He decided to disguise himself as a humble fisherman and move to a small, remote island village called Serene Isle. He believed that in a place where life was simple, he would find a sincere and loving partner. When Daniel shared his plan with his father, Mr. Thompson was horrified.
You can't be serious, Daniel. You're the heir to our fortune. How can you live among fishermen and peasants?
He exclaimed.
Dad, I need to find someone who loves me for who I am, not for my wealth.
Daniel replied calmly.
In Rivertown, women only see me as a prize due to my status. This is the only way to find a genuine partner.
Reluctantly, Mr. Thompson agreed, but gave Daniel a year to find a bride, or he would arrange a marriage himself.
1 year, Daniel. If you return without a bride, I'll choose your wife for you,
he warned. Daniel let his hair grow and dressed in worn-out clothes. He sold his fine garments and bought a simple fishing boat. Soon he set sail for Serene Isle, eager to begin his quest. Upon arrival, Daniel sought shelter with a kind-hearted widow named Mrs. Fisher. She welcomed him into her modest home and introduced him to village life.
You can stay here as long as you need,
she said with a smile.
We don't have much, but we share what we have.
Daniel began working as a fisherman, a job that required strength and resilience, both of which he possessed. He also helped Mrs. Fisher around her house, fixing things and running errands. Though many villagers were kind, Daniel encountered his fair share of challenges. Some people treated him poorly because of his perceived low status. Despite this, he remained patient and focused on his mission. Months passed, and Daniel began to lose hope of finding a suitable bride. He had met many women, but none seemed to possess the qualities he sought. One evening, Mrs. Fisher suggested he attend the village's annual festival, a celebration known for bringing people together.
You never know who you might meet there,
she said encouragingly. At the festival, Daniel noticed a young woman named Clara. Unlike the others, Clara was known for her kindness and generosity. She cared for her younger siblings and worked tirelessly to support her family after her parents passed away. Daniel was instantly drawn to her. Daniel approached Clara and offered to help her carry a basket of fruits.
Can I help you with that?
He asked. She accepted with a warm smile.
Thank you, it's quite heavy.
They spent the evening talking and laughing. Daniel was struck by her humility and grace.
You have a beautiful heart, Clara,
he said. Over the next few weeks, Daniel and Clara grew closer. He admired her strength and selflessness, and she appreciated his sincerity and hard work. They often went fishing together, and Clara taught Daniel about the island's traditions and culture. Daniel also bonded with Clara's siblings, helping them with their studies and chores. One day, as they sat by the shore, Daniel confessed his feelings for Clara.
Clara, I know this may seem sudden, but I've grown to care for you deeply. I want to marry you and share my life with you.
Clara was taken aback.
But Daniel, you barely know me, and I have my siblings to take care of. How can we make this work?
Clara, I know you're kind and generous. That's enough for me. I'll take care of the rest,
Daniel replied. Clara paused and then said,
If you truly mean that, Daniel, then you must meet my parents. If you can convince them, then we can talk about our future.
Determined to prove his love, Daniel agreed. Clara's stepmother, Mrs. Reed, and stepsister, Lila, were known for their harshness and disdain for anything beneath their social standing. When Daniel and Clara arrived at her home, Mrs. Reed and Lila eyed Daniel with contempt.
What is this, Clara? A fisherman? Have you lost your mind?
Lila sneered. Mrs. Reed laughed derisively.
How could you put all your beauty into this poor marriage? Go ahead. We don't even care if you marry him for free. How bad can you choose a husband who will take care of your siblings? You are a disappointment, Clara.
Clara's father, a quiet and kind man, spoke up.
I will only agree if you are happy with this man, Clara.
He said softly. Clara took a deep breath.
Father, I am happy with Daniel. He is kind and genuine, and he cares for me and my siblings.
Her father nodded.
Then you have my blessing.
With that approval, Clara and Daniel continued to see each other, but the disdain from Mrs. Reed and Lila didn't stop. They made every effort to sabotage their relationship. One day, Lila spread a rumor that Daniel was only after whatever little inheritance Clara might have. This caused friction between Clara and Daniel, making Clara question his intentions. Daniel, I need to know the truth, Clara said one evening, tears in her eyes.
Are you with me for something I don't even possess?
Daniel was heartbroken.
Clara, you have to trust me. I love you for who you are, not for what you have or don't have.
Clara wanted to believe him, but the constant pressure from her stepmother and stepsister wore her down. Another time, Mrs. Reed lied about Daniel being seen with another woman in the village, causing Clara to confront Daniel angrily.
Is it true, Daniel? Have you been seeing someone else?
Clara demanded.
No, Clara, I haven't. This is another attempt to drive a wedge between us.
Daniel pleaded. Despite these challenges, Daniel and Clara's love persevered. Determined to prove his love, Daniel decided to reveal his true identity. He invited Clara and her siblings to Rivertown, where he planned to introduce them to his father and show them the life he could offer.
Trust me, Clara. You'll understand soon,
he assured her. When they arrived in Rivertown, Clara was astonished by Daniel's true status. Mr. Thompson welcomed them warmly.
Welcome, Clara. Daniel has told me so much about you,
he said with a kind smile. Clara's worries melted away as she saw the genuine love Daniel had for her.
Your father is so kind, Daniel,
she whispered. Mr. Thompson, impressed by Clara's character and the bond she shared with Daniel, gave his blessing for their marriage.
You have my blessing, Daniel. Clara is a remarkable woman,
he said. They returned to Serene Isle for a traditional island wedding to celebrate with the villagers and Daniel's family. When Mrs. Reed and Lila heard the news that Daniel was actually of a wealthy background, they were shocked and angry. Mrs. Reed immediately devised a plan to push Lila towards Daniel, hoping to secure a rich future for her daughter.
Daniel,
Mrs. Reed began sweetly the next time she saw him.
Lila has always admired you. She's such a capable and beautiful girl. Don't you think she deserves someone like you?
Daniel was taken aback by her sudden change in demeanor.
Mrs. Reed, I appreciate your thoughts, but Clara is the one I love,
he replied firmly. Mrs. Reed didn't give up. She started arranging situations where Lila could be alone with Daniel, hoping to create misunderstandings between him and Clara. One day, she sent Lila to deliver food to Daniel while Clara was away, making it look like an innocent act of kindness. Lila took the opportunity to flirt with Daniel, but he remained polite yet distant. When Clara found out, she felt a pang of jealousy, but chose to trust Daniel. Later that evening, Clara confronted Lila.
Why are you trying to come between Daniel and me?
She asked. Lila smirked.
You really think a fisherman can love you? He deserves better, and so do I.
Despite these provocations, Daniel and Clara's bond only grew stronger. Daniel reassured Clara of his love repeatedly, and together they faced each challenge head-on. One evening, Mrs. Reed went so far as to accuse Daniel of theft, hoping to tarnish his reputation. She claimed he had stolen valuable jewelry from her home.
I would never steal anything from you.
Daniel defended himself. The villagers, who had grown to know and trust Daniel, stood by him.
We know Daniel is a good man. He wouldn't do such a thing,
Mrs. Fisher declared. The truth was soon revealed when one of the villagers saw Lila trying to hide the jewelry. She planted it to frame Daniel, the villager exclaimed. Mrs. Reed and Lila were disgraced, and their efforts to separate Daniel and Clara were in vain. The villagers' support for Daniel and Clara solidified their relationship even further. The wedding was a grand affair, filled with joy and laughter, but not everything went smoothly. On the day of the wedding, a storm threatened to ruin the celebration. Torrential rain poured down, and the villagers scrambled to protect the decorations and food. Daniel and Clara were determined not to let the storm dampen their spirits. We'll get through this together, Clara said, squeezing Daniel's hand. With the help of the villagers, they moved the celebration to a large barn. Despite the storm, the wedding was filled with love and laughter.
This is even better than I imagined,
Clara whispered to Daniel as they danced. After the wedding, Daniel and Clara faced another challenge. A rival merchant, jealous of Mr. Thompson's wealth, tried to sabotage their happiness. He spread rumors about Clara, questioning her intentions and character. Daniel confronted the merchant.
How dare you spread lies about my wife?
He shouted. The merchant sneered.
You think you can protect her from everything? We'll see about that.
Despite the rumors, Clara stood strong.
I know the truth, and so does Daniel. That's all that matters,
she said. In the end, the truth prevailed. The villagers of Serene Isle and the people of Rivertown stood by Clara, testifying to her kindness and integrity. The rival merchant was exposed and faced severe consequences for his actions. Daniel and Clara's love story became a legend in Rivertown and Serene Isle, inspiring many with its message of genuine love and kindness. They faced challenges, but their love only grew stronger. The moral of the story is that true love and kindness transcend wealth and status. Daniel's journey to find a sincere partner taught him the value of humility and compassion. Clara's selflessness and grace won her the heart of a man who truly cherished her. Together, they lived happily, always remembering the lessons they learned along the way. No matter where life takes you, remain humble and kind. Genuine love and respect cannot be bought, and true character shines through in times of hardship. Acts of kindness, no matter how small, can lead to great rewards and open doors of opportunity.